Hi, yogis. Welcome. Namaste. We're here on our yoga mat, ready to practice yoga. So, what is yoga? Well, yoga, in my opinion, is movement or stillness with breath. The breath helps to bring us into the present moment. And when we are in the present moment, fully aware of the now, we are practicing yoga. I could be sitting here thinking about my day, thinking about school, thinking about homework. That's not practicing yoga. I could be sitting here aware of my breath, aware of my body sensations, aware of what's happening in the present moment. That is practicing yoga. So when we're moving through these various physical asanas, which asana translates to yoga posture, when we are doing that and it is connected to our breath, in the moment, we're practicing yoga. So here's the foundation. Yoga could mean so many things. We could have a deep philosophical conversation, and I think we will, probably over and over again, about yoga, about sutras, about the meaning and how to practice. But let's just start real simple. Yoga is being in the moment, it is fully embracing the now. So, with that, modern yoga is also about moving. Sun salutations, vinyasa flows, peak postures, turning ourselves into bendy, twisty pretzels. Well, it doesn't have to be, but that's kind of what it has become, is a very physical practice, we'll say. Don't worry, I'm not a bendy pretzel, and I don't expect you to be. So we are going to move our bodies in exactly the way that they want to move in order to experience the maximum amount of benefits. It's awesome. So happy you're here. Love it. Okay, cool. As we move through these postures, we want to connect to our breath. And so, each of these classes that I'll be offering will begin quiet, calm, with breathing. Now, it might be a meditation, it might just be standing, it might be seated, and then we'll move into sun salutations. Surya Namaskar, saluting the sun. And these are an amazing opportunity for us to connect to our breath and to really begin to feel the yoga in our bodies, in our beings, paving the way for the rest of our yoga practice. So there's two objectives that I have for us today. One of them is to learn how to find a seat so that we can breathe with awareness. The other one is to guide us through the basic Surya Namaskar A and Surya Namaskar B that will be in pretty much every single one of our classes. Now, it will be varied. We won't do the same thing over and over and over. That's boring, in my opinion. I like variety. I like diversity. I like mixing it up, doing new things. So the structure of the sun salutations will be in every practice. Absolutely. But it'll be a little bit different. So that's where we're going for foundations. And depending on time, I might even bring in a couple of our fundamental standing postures, which I would consider to be high lunge and warrior two. But we'll see where we end up through this practice. Okay, great. So notice that I'm seated, and let me show you how I'm seated. So I have two blocks, one block, two block. My knees are on either side, and my sit bones are on these blocks. Maybe I'll show you from the side. My sit bones are on these blocks in a kneeling position. This allows me to tilt my pelvis forward. It's called an anterior tilt of the pelvis, which helps support the natural curvature of my spine. My lower lumbar spine is in this nice little bit of a back bend, and I can sit up with ease. So this is kneeling. Now, I could take the blocks away. I'll show you from this way. But my sit bones don't hit the floor, and that's a lot of pressure on my shins and my quads. This is not comfortable for me. So I can bring a block in, and if you want to try this with me, you have your blocks, then please do. Now I can sit on the block, my weight's resting down, but notice there's still a lot of space here. The plantar flexion in my legs is limited. I do a lot of running. I'm very active. And so my legs have a specific range of motion that my body is happy with. And so notice my point is not perfectly flat. This is a lot of pressure on my shins. Already, I'm not comfortable. So if I bring in one more block, and I'm going to shake this out a little bit. Now my hips are high. There's not a lot of pressure down because most of my weight is right here in my seat. I can lift up my heart. So kneeling in a seat is one option that you have for seated. I'm up on 2 blocks. Okay, so there's an option for a seat. And as we go through the class, I'll sequence in different ways to open these up so that you can try them. Okay, seated on the floor. I can sit pretty well on the floor, but I'm using a lot of back strength right now to do this. Now notice that my knees are a little bit higher than my hips. So this is not the most comfortable seated position for me. I could sit here for maybe like 2 or 3 minutes as is with no additional supports before my body gets tired of holding itself up. My seat on the floor used to be, believe it or not, like this. I could not stand sitting on the floor because it was so uncomfortable. So if this is your seat, we've got a couple options, right? One of them is to place your back against the wall, like this. Your weight goes back into the wall. That way you can relax your muscles and let your knees slowly release. This will be a huge stretch. You could also do this seated on a block with your back at the wall. In fact, I think this is probably better. Back to the wall, seated on a block. If you're in the middle of the room, you want to try this? Okay. So now, my knees are about the same height as my hip. I've got that anterior pelvic tilt. My heart lifts up. There's a little bit more ease and freedom to sit comfortably. And that's what we're going for. We're going for how do we sit comfortably in our bodies. And you might not know. You might know. We're all going to work and explore and maybe develop and find more ways that we can be comfortable sitting still. Another option is to stack heels one in front of the other. Now this takes a fair amount of external rotation in your thigh joints. If you don't know what that is, don't worry, I'll teach you. So much to come. Oh my gosh, it's exciting what we're getting into. I love it. So this can be an option. Again, pelvis tips forward, heart lifts up, and there's ease. If none of these feel good, starting with the chair. And I'm not in seated meditation. I'm hanging out. edge of the chair. Pelvis tips forward, heart lifts up. Now I'm in a seated meditation. Shoulders are stacked over hips. Heart is lifted. There's a free flow of breath and energy through my body. This is what we're going for. And so just think about where you're at right now. And please be honest. What is the goal here? I love this. What's the goal? Is the goal to sit with your butt on the floor, your legs crossed, and your knees absolutely drop to the floor too? That's not my goal. And in fact, my goal is never going to be for you to have to do a specific posture in a specific way. You never have to make the position or the shape that I'm making, right? The goal is the experience. The goal is the intention. The goal is whatever we define it to be. It's never going to be, well, it might be for you, but in what I'm offering you, I'm never going to say, the goal is to get our foot behind our head. For me, The goal, right, I could say, the goal is to externally rotate our left thigh, pick up our left foot, lengthen through your heart, extend left knee, and breathe deeply. Now, if you're like me, this is where your foot ends up. But you might have the flexibility that your foot ends up behind your head. The goal is not to get your foot behind your head, but that might happen. Still not the goal. The goal is the actions of the practice. So when we're thinking, let's just sit with that, right? There is an intention that we will set to our yoga practice. Right now, our intention is, how do I sit comfortably? That's it. It is not, I must sit on the floor and that makes me a yogi. This does not make you a yogi. You are a yogi by being present in the moment. So it connects us. You and I connect like my two hands connect in together. And every other student in the course gets to connect because we're sharing a similar intention. And it doesn't matter what our backgrounds, what our experiences, what our structure, our shape, our flexibilities are. We're all working together towards a common goal, a shared experience, a shared vision, a singular intention. Okay, got it. So the intention is, how do I sit comfortably? If it's in a chair, we'll do a quick review, I'll work backwards. If it's in a chair, it's at the edge with heart lifted up. Hands can go on thighs, chin on the horizon. If you're here with me right now, please take a deep breath in. Big sigh. In fact, if you're not here, please hit pause. Boop. Go get a chair. Actually, you should probably got the chair first. Go hit pause, go get a chair, come back, join me here, find it. And we'll take 3 breaths together in our chair. Deep breath in. Big sigh. Deep breath in. Big sigh. Deep breath in. Big sigh. Present and aware of your breath right here, right now, in this moment. Good. That was our first meditation. Congratulations! Amazing. Demystified. We're not on the top of a mountain. We're not sitting in a cave for a decade. It's just you and I sitting still, present and aware of the moment. That is meditation. Yoga and meditation are hand in hand, one and the same. Meditation happens while we're still. Yoga, asana, is the physical movement of our bodies. Also in the present moment, it's what unifies them. Okay, so we're going to continue this exercise. Try these on just for an exploratory activity. So we're all pretty good in the chair. Great. Next place, grab your block to the wall, and let's do 2 blocks. And you can see I'm going to put these maybe about 6 inches away from the wall. Adjust so your pelvis can tip forward and your back leans back against the wall. Now I feel a deep stretch, but notice knees are lower than my hips and my pelvis has that anterior pelvic tilt. Let's be here for a breath in and a breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Blink your eyes open. Remove a block. Now, shins are crossed mid-shin, feet are on opposite sides. Back leans back. Heart lifts up, so I'm getting that forward pelvic tilt. As my heart lifts up, you can even set the back of your skull back on the wall. How about here for a deep breath in? Big sigh. Deep breath in. Big sigh. Deep breath in. Big sigh. Good. Blink your eyes open. Okay. See if you can sit on your yoga mat on a block. Just notice what happens. And if you're here right now, if this is you, that's okay. Because then you know this is not a comfortable seat for you. And you also get to evaluate what happens in the end of the semester, whether this could be you now, and this might be you later. A vast improvement. I know, I've seen my body shift and change over time, and I know that yours can too. It's so exciting. Okay. That said, also remember that your body is not my body. I can only show you with my body. Your body is your body, and I encourage you to honor, respect, and love your own body exactly as it is. And feel inspired to know that from this place of love, with dedicated effort in the moment through the practice of yoga, your body can shift and change in ways that will open you. I'm going to go on a tangent here. As your body opens, this is what I've discovered. This is why I still keep coming back to yoga. As your body opens, so does your mind. Things happen mentally and emotionally as we remove some of the blockages from our physical system. We become more open, more loving, more accepting, less reactive. We become kinder, more compassionate. I found that. My rough layers, my rough exterior that I used to have that I thought was so tough, I was so tough. Those have all melted away at this point because they weren't truly my inner nature. They didn't actually serve me. And the practice of yoga helped me discover that. Cool. Okay, back to seated. So middle of the room, just checking it out. Can you sit on a block with your heart lifted? Maybe on a block you can tuck one heel in, the other heel in front of it, and sit like this. Try these couple on. Okay, let's all try on kneeling. We've got our 2 blocks. Hips are down. Again, it's not rounding. If you are here, maybe another block or a little bit of extra lift, but it's pelvis tilts forward, heart lifts up. How's that feel? Feels all right? 1 block? Doing okay? No blocks? If my body's really open, I can get my hips to the floor in Virasana, but it's not happening right now without any movement. And for me, it's pretty early in the day. So that's also a thing to note. Your body will move differently first thing in the morning than it will at night because it's warmer at the end of the day. It's colder. It's coming off a night of sleep. So you might be able to touch the floor at night, and then next thing in the morning, you're here. Daily shifts from morning to night, from one day to the next. Are you tired? Are you sore? So when we show up to our yoga mat, it's with an open heart. It's a curiosity. Where am I today? How am I going to move? What am I showing up with? We can be so inquisitive as to what's happening right here, right now, on the mats. Perfect. So let's find a seat, whichever seat that feels the best for us. I'm going to select a chair. My hips on the end, my heart lifted up. Audible sighs are great whenever you want them. I highly encourage you to do so. You are welcome to close your eyes and start to become aware of your breath. And notice the second you started to watch your breath, it changed. Awareness does that. The awareness of the present moment helps us to become an active participant, a co-creator of our own experience. Life is no longer just happening to us. We are happening with life. Heart lifts up, pelvis tipped forward, shoulder soft, face soft. And I'll guide us through 10 breaths. Follow along with me, please. First, start with a deep breath in. And a big sigh. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. In breath and out breath. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath in. Big sigh. In your seat, in stillness, eyes closed, breathe naturally and feel into whatever experience it is that you are having. Come back to your breath. Deep breath in. Big sigh. Blink your eyes open. Amazing. Wow, ooh, I got chills all over me. I think because I'm excited for you right now. And I also felt that deeply through time and space, the shared experience with the intention of sitting comfortably and breathing deeply with awareness. That is meditation. Now, through this course, I will offer lots of different types of meditation, different meditation techniques, styles of meditation, and breathing techniques. They're called pranayama. Right now, it was even rhythmic breathing. It was a 4-count in and a 4-count out. There's so many that we'll play with, but there's the introduction. Perfect. How are you feeling? Good? Maybe a little bit of water? Maybe you need to like shake it out a little bit. Cool. Okay, let's keep it moving and keep it grooving. So, Surya Namaskar. We've got our 2 blocks. Please place them at the front of your mat. The strap we don't need right now, so we'll get it out of the way very nicely in our clean yoga space. All right, so Tadasana is the beginning of our sun salutation. It moves to Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing with arms overhead, looking up. Now, options here, try this with me. Arms go out wide and up. You might be able to bring your hands together, or you might not. And if you can't, that's okay. But what I would like you to do, whether your hands are apart or together, is to reach your shoulders up. Big reach. And then bring your hands back to center. This is our basic movement. I love this. I still do this in most of my classes and in my practice. This helps get me into the connection of movement and breath. So stand up, please, if you're not already. With breath, it goes like this. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hands to center. Notice I slow my breath down through the entire movement of hands up, and then I slow my breath down so I match this, 1 inhale to 1 exhale. Let's try that again. Inhale, hands go up. Exhale, hands to center. Inhale, hands go up. Exhale, hands to center. Perfect. When we do our sun salutations, each movement is connected to a breath. Now, into a forward fold, please watch one time so you can see exactly what's going on, and then you'll practice with me. I'm actually going to fold into my blocks. So my blocks are handy, about as wide as my feet, as wide as my shoulders. I'll start here in Tadasana, so please watch this one. Inhale, my arms go up. I soften my knees to support my low back. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, I'm going to come up into a halfway lift. My legs go straight, my back goes flat. I move slow because it's one breath. Exhale, forward fold. My knees can bend, my head drops. Inhale, reverse. I have to move a little bit faster to find that full breath. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Watch one more time, please. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to center. Excellent. So this is a half sun salutation. Are you ready? In front of your mat, you've got your blocks in front of you. If it's not your blocks, maybe it's your chair for now, whatever, something to help support. Hands down by your sides. Just the arms to heart center. So we'll inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to center. Inhale, reach for the sun. Exhale, bring it home to heart. Move through half sun salutation. Inhale, hands reach up. Little bend in knees. Exhale, bow to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, straight legs. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise. Hands to the sun. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause for a breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, hands go up. Little bend, exhale, bow to the earth. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, hands go up. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to the sun. Exhale, hands to center. Hands down. Take a deep breath in. Let that breath go. Good. Okay. How are we doing? Good? How did that feel? Check in. So, question from me to you. How did that feel? And you can be honest. That felt really good. I like the movement. That kind of tweaked my shoulder a little bit. I couldn't quite get it. All answers are good answers. Your answer, your truth is beautiful. Don't lose it. Don't deny it. Yoga is happening in the now, and it's not saying yoga has to happen like this. It's happening. So whatever your experience is, I love that. Please continue to have it. Okay. So the next thing, we're going to link this up, but I'm breaking it down piece by piece. Why don't you have a seat in your chair? Cool. Maybe grab a quick drink of water. I want you to watch this one. So here's my full version sun salutation A. If you've done a million billion of these, maybe there's a nugget of information in how I'm offering them that can help you improve. And if for some reason you've never seen a sun salutation, then hey, we're learning it for the first time, and that's awesome. But the shared experience of all of us is that these movements are connected to breath. So here's my sun salutation A. I want you to watch this one. And then we'll practice together after that. Tadasana. I will inhale my hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plank pose. Gonna move those to the side, set my hands down. High push-up. This is called a plank. Now, for starters, we'll lower our knees down. I'm going to move this out of the way so you can see. Modified plank pose. Knees up, plank pose. Knees down, modified plank pose. Now, we're going to lower down through a push-up. And what happens here is my heart and my shoulders go forward. I want you to watch this. I lean forward, my hips go with me. I bend my elbows, heart down. Now notice my hands are at my ribs, my elbows are over my wrists. That's the chaturanga. Untuck toes. I'm going to press my pelvis down, use my back muscles, low cobra, lower back down to the earth. So with breath, that would have been inhale, low cobra, exhale, lower to the earth. Then it's a push-up. I'll push up over my knees, tuck toes, send hips up, downward facing dog. We'll pause in down dog for breath in and breath out. Inhale, bend knees, get light. Exhale, feet will walk forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach for the sun. Exhale, hands to center. Hands down. Great. So I would love to do that one more time. Please watch. This time I won't break down the chaturanga. I'll go breath to breath, and then you'll jump in the next round, and we'll work these together. Okay. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale, hold the posture. Exhale, forward down chaturanga. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, lower to the earth. Inhale, push up over knees, toes. Exhale, downward dog. Deep breath in. Big sigh. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise for the sun. Exhale, hands to center. Hands down. Okay. Awesome. Are you ready to try? Notice I moved my blocks out of the way. I made little adjustments. I didn't rush. Each breath was connected to movement. So as you're learning the mechanics, follow along as best you can. Experience will help this become more fluid, more flowy. Okay. It's you and me on our yoga mats through sun salutations. I know I'm breaking these down today, just a little caveat. I'm breaking these down, but when we move into our actual classes, these will be done very early on. These are what are going to warm our bodies up to get into the bulk of the class. These won't be the class, but this gives us a level playing field so we all show up on our mats at the same place, understanding what I'm offering us here today. Cool. Okay. Hands by your sides. Heart lifts up. Feet planted. You're welcome to take a deep breath in. Big sigh. Inhale, hands rise to the sun. Exhale, little bend in knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, plank pose. Knees to the mat, inhale. Forward down, chaturanga. Untuck toes, inhale, lift heart, low cobra. Exhale, lower to the floor. Inhale, push up over knees, tuck toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in.
Full breath out. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step your feet to get your feet to meet your hands. Halfway lift, inhale, you can grab your blocks. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, rise, hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hands down, deep breath in. Big sigh. 2 more times. You got this, you're doing great. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, blocks aside, hands down, set back, plank pose. Inhale, knees down, get strong. Exhale, forward, down, slow lower, chaturanga. Untuck toes, inhale, low cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk your feet to your hands. Grab blocks, inhale, half lift. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, rise to the sun. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hands down, deep breath in. Big sigh. Inhale, hands rise to the sun. Exhale, fold forward down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, feet back, plank pose. Inhale, knees down. Exhale, forward down, chaturanga. Untuck toes, inhale, low cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, down dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, feet forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, rise, hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause for a moment, Tadasana, breath in. Breath out. Grab your chair, or if you were kneeling, find your blocks, find a seat. Into your seated position. Pelvis tip forward, heart elevated, shoulders soft, eyes closed, and let's take a moment to connect. Right away, right here, real time. Feel the shift that happens from the movement with breath, the practice of yoga, being present and in the moment. Breathe.
can blink your eyes open. Yes. So good. Perfect. Proud of you. I love what's happening here. All right, let's keep it going. So that is Surya Namaskar A, or Sun Salutation A. Tadasana, Urdhva Hastasana, Uttanasana, Ardha Uttanasana, Plank, Chaturanga, Bhujangasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana, Uttanasana, Urdhva Hastasana, Tadasana. Those are all Sanskrit words. We'll get into them in another time, but there they are, just in case you were wondering. Now, let's get into our Surya Namaskar B, and I'll show you what the differences are. So, Surya Namaskar B, how I want to teach them and how I would like you to practice them, is going to include a three-legged down dog and a high lunge. So, we can watch one time. It goes like this. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I'm going a little bit fast. Inhale, exhale. There's our Surya Namaskar A. This is what makes it a B. Three-legged dog, inhale, step forward, exhale. Now, I made that look easy through practice. I know that's not easy for everyone. I'll show this leg. So it's an inhale up and a step forward. This is how I cue students who can't step all the way forward. You can help step your foot by taking it there with your hands. Perfect. If that doesn't work at all, it's step forward, knee down, step forward, knee up. So however you get there is okay, and your body will transform over time. So loving where we are and excited about where we're going. This is the message, one of the themes I want to get across. Okay, cool. We're in downward facing dog, still demoing, you're still watching. Right leg goes up, right foot steps forward, and then I'm going to root down, come up, high lunge. High lunge pose. Excellent. From our high lunge, hands down, right foot steps back. Through another chaturanga, back bend, lower, push up, down dog. Second side, 3-point dog, step foot forward. It's an inhale, hands come up. Maybe we'll settle in for a breath. Hands down to the mat. Step back through chaturanga. Back bend, down dog. This finishes like Surya Namaskar A. We'll bring our feet to the front. Halfway lift. Fold. All the way up. Hands heart center. Perfect. Okay. How's that look? Doable? I got one more little nugget to add on. So, imagine we've got our first grade chair, and we're going to try and sit in it. Go ahead, stand up with me. Go here. So, you're going to try and sit in your little first grade chair. It's really tiny. Fingertips go to your knees. Press your knees back, and it sends your butt back. Now, hands go to your ribs. Lift your heart up. Arms sweep out. Utkatasana chair pose. If arms up and overhead is not accessible, hands to heart center can be, right? Or arms wide. Sitting deeply, hips back. Go ahead and stand. Utkatasana. So, our Surya Namaskar B starts. Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. And then it goes all the way through. Okay, let's run through this one time together, yes? Yeah. Okay, we got this. In front of your mat, standing Tadasana. We'll pause here for a deep breath in. Big sigh. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, hands plant, feet back, plank pose. Inhale, knees down, press into the earth. Exhale, forward down, chaturanga. Untuck toes, cobra, inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push up. Press back. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to take a couple breaths to feel into each of these next postures. Right leg goes up to the sky, three-legged downward facing dog. There's extension through your right leg, your hips are square, your hands are pressing down. One more breath in. Exhale, right knee to nose as you step your right foot forward. Help it get there if you need. Root down through your right foot. Come up, crescent lunge. Arms are up and overhead. Right knee is over right ankle. Left leg is straight-ish. Deep breath in. Big sigh. Deep breath in. Big sigh. Hands plant to the mat. Right foot steps to the back. Knees down. Let's breathe in. Forward down chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push up. Exhale, down dog. Left leg goes up, inhale. Hold it steady. Three-legged downward dog. Keep breathing. One more breath in. Left knee to nose, step your left foot forward. Help it get there if you need. Inhale, come up, high lunge. This is a tricky balance, so if you fell over, that's okay. Come back in. Left leg forward, right leg back, arms up. Deep breath in. Big sigh. One more deep breath in. Big sigh. Hands plant to the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot steps back. Inhale, knees down. Exhale, forward down chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push up. Tuck toes, downward dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step your feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sit in a little chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart, stand. Hands by your sides, deep breath in. Big sigh. Standing meditation. Take a moment, standing with your eyes closed, to feel, breathe in. Really nice. Okay. Have a seat. How was that? Good. Great. Love it. So that's the beginning. That is the warm-up of our classes, right? Our basic structure goes, welcome. I'll speak for a little bit. We'll ground in some quiet stillness, move through sun salutations, and then the class begins. Standing postures, peak posture, cool down to Shavasana. Shavasana is the last posture of every single yoga practice. It is the most important posture. And you might think, okay, I'm done, video's over, moving on, see you later. But no. No, I encourage, I please, with everything I have, Don't skip Shavasana, because it's like this. So you have a hard, long, active day. At the end of the day, the very, very end, what do? You go to sleep, and you let that whole day integrate. You let your body and your mind recover. So you wake up the next day refreshed, able to do it again. When we practice yoga, the end of the class, we lay down in Shavasana, and it's like sleep to our day. It's letting that whole practice integrate. It's letting our mind, heart, spirit, systems recover, so that when we do get up and move on into our day, that yoga practice is fully a part of us, and we are completely and 100% energized to move on to wherever or whatever it is that we are doing. Shavasana is the most important part. It would be like going to the movie theater, watching this amazing drama unfold, and then right when you get to the climax of the movie, going, nah, I'm done. I don't want to see the best part. So, the dedication that you have to watching the video from the very beginning to the very end includes laying in Shavasana the entire time. So, Shavasana is laying on our back, laying on the ground. Feet go wide. Notice I just adjusted my clothes. You can do that too, because we want to be comfortable. Adjust your clothes, adjust your body. My feet are about as wide, bottom corners of my yoga mat. Arms by my sides, palms are up. I can lean left, lean right. Tuck my shoulder blades underneath my back and rest on the back of my head. Try this on. So, Shavasana is laying on your back with your palms up. Now, modifications, right? Because this might not be comfortable for everyone. If low back is feeling a little tinge, knees bend, feet are as wide as the mat, and knees dip in. And I'll often give this as a stepping stone into Shavasana. If laying on your back is not comfortable at all, I'm going to switch around. Side lying, fetal position is an option. This requires more effort to help keep yourself up, so it's not as resting, but it's more resting than if you're on your back in pain. This is also, if you're pregnant, how I recommend pregnant mamas to do Shavasana. So if you're pregnant, instead of having your baby on top of you here, you can rest your belly on the side and do a side lying Shavasana. Okay, so everybody please go ahead and settle in. Find your Shavasana shape. We'll settle in with a deep breath in. Big sigh. In Shavasana, there is nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. There is just you on your mat, breathing deeply. Breathe. We're here to lie still and breathe. Breathe. Everybody, please take a deep breath in. Big sigh. You can start to bring movement back, hands, wrists, ankles, feet, arms, legs, full body stretch. We'll roll over to the side and use our hands to press ourselves up. Finding our seat. Seated meditation to close our practice. You're welcome to bring your hands together. Feeling the positive effects of the yoga practice. The integration, so that wherever we go and whatever we do, this is now a part of us. I'm so proud of all of you. I'm so excited for you. Thank you so much for your attention today. Have a great rest of your day, evening, wherever you are off to next. Namaste.